welcome to Festpod. It is day 4.
Day 4.
It is Saturday.
Second day of music.
See the way I'm having to check with you because I'm not really sure what day it is now.
No, I don't blame you. Half the time the days do mould together.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, Thursday and Wednesday did sort of mould into one for me, which was, that was strange.
So, just as a plane flies over here,
I can't hear a word. Sorry to interrupt. I can't hear a word you're saying because of the plane that's going over. So if you're asking me anything, I can't hear you.
No, that's fine. But the people at home can hear. Or if you might be, some people might actually be listening to this at Download Festival.
That would be awesome if they are.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time out of your festival experience to listen to us.
They're really short updates anyway.
I mean, I would personally, I wouldn't have. So if anybody is listening, you're awesome. We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Also, just a quick word right at the top of the podcast. Lee has been drinking since 8:30, and it is now 10:30 or something like that. So he's well away. Rum has been involved, hasn't it?
So the major reason why I have been drinking the majority of this litre of bottle of rum is because I intend to drive home tomorrow evening to get home. And
flaky, you see, flaky. He never sees the full festival out. He's not seen a full festival.
In years. Technically, only 2019, the pilot, and this year I have not stayed the full weekend. 2018 and 17, I did. 16 and 15, we ducked out before the headliners.
Flaky. And you're not even turning up next year, so you keep telling everybody.
I'm not. I mean, we can keep on with this joke. I'm not going to be here.
See, every year we have this.
I will pinky promise you, if there's cameras here, I will see. I'm going to extend my pinky towards you. I will not
put
be
that
here.
away. Nobody wants to see that.
No. I'm not going to be here next year. Look, I love this festival. I really do. I love the festival experience. I love live music. I love heavy music, metalcore, all that sort of thing.
We know, God.
I love it. But no, next year is a no-go. Until
it isn't.
And that's it. Until it isn't, because end of the day, this could. And I say this genuinely
every year. So here we are at the RIP camp. Just the two of us today, and you're heading off quite soon, aren't you, to go and watch a band?
Yes, I am. There's a lot of bands I want to see today, starting off at 11 a.m. with Temples on Mars, and then on the same stage straight afterwards is Death Blooms. I have their T-shirt in my bag. I may have to try and slip that on, at least to show my support, because the T-shirt in question, I have mentioned this on the podcast before, so a young lady wanted to stay in an Airbnb to go and see Death Blooms, and the host of the Airbnb said it was basically the band was, in a small quote, was not appropriate.
And she wasn't allowed to stay.
She wasn't allowed to stay there.
And then she got a load of support from people.
That's it.
By buying T-shirts, and then she got
a lot of support from outside, obviously, of herself and her friendship group. The band even contacted her and made T-shirts for her, and I have one of those T-shirts.
So you're going to see Death Blooms.
I will.
Are you going to see a headliner today?
Yeah, I'll see Iron Maiden.
Really?
I saw Kiss last night. Again,
reluctantly, you weren't bothered about being up the front.
Wasn't. So this year, I've thought to myself, I'm not bothered by the headliners, but I would like to give them a little bit of a showing, because Kiss being this there...
Show yourself to them.
Yeah. Kiss being there, and my air quotes, last show, I thought I'll best poke my nose in to have a look. And I was engrossed by the drum solo.
Yes.
And Gene Simmons' whole demonic change to his bleeding down the mouth and the tongue sticking out. I thought it was a great showing.
Yeah.
And that'll be part of my highlights on my own Instagram page. But other than that, the cure for insomnia has been thrown around this morning. I don't know. It was a good show, but it wasn't... If you're not a Kiss fan, you probably wouldn't enjoy it.
I did actually watch a bit of Kiss. I had a bit of a walk around to get to various different viewpoints, and great show, great. I mean, visually, really something to look at. They had big statues of each of them on the side of the stage.
They put their inflatables up in front of the download totems.
Yeah.
They put their own inflatables up, which I honestly thought was quite cool. I had to get a picture. I
just wanted to, because I know they do a great show, and I wanted to see it. I wanted to tick a box and say, yes, I have seen Kiss.
I totally agree. That's how I felt on it at the same time.
But obviously today, Iron Maiden, and they equally put on a great show, a visually great show. They really, some bands don't have the budget to put on a visually great show, and that's fine. But Iron Maiden are one of the richest bands in the world. They have a plane that they fly around.
This is it. I mean, keep your eyes to the sky. They may fly in, they may not. But again, this is the reason why I do want to stick around for Iron Maiden, because I didn't get the opportunity to see them in 2016. Ducked out early, shocker. And
Flaky.
I would like to see them if it is only brief.
Flaky Lee.
If it is only briefly, I would like to see them because again, the stage show is always talked about.
Yeah, and it's nice to hear those old favourites that you can all, we can all sing along to.
Of course. The new album wasn't that bad either. It was your typical Iron Maiden, but at the same time, it was still enjoyable. I had to listen to it because obviously I knew I was going to be seeing them at Download, and it's a good album. But it is your typical Iron Maiden album.
Are you seeing Shine Down today?
No,
you're not seeing them.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
No, not a fan. Unfortunately.
Those Damn Crows.
Nope, not a fan.
Not a fan. Oh dear.
Keep choosing from the lanyard.
Like battleships.
Keep choosing from the lanyard.
Because if soon enough, I will hit one of these battleships with my guesses, and it will sink.
Can I give you a hint? Step away from the main stage.
We're not going anywhere to the main stage today. Sorry, I may have had a drink.
No, you're just mumbling for.
No, I have had a drink. Oh dear, Cassiette.
Absolutely, yes. We saw her briefly at the Park last year.
Well, I saw her full set, and you didn't because you're flaky.
Was it on the Sunday? So my experience with Cassiette then from the pilot was through your videos.
So you didn't see her at all.
Hang on. Wilco Productions on YouTube. There you go. That's a bit of a plug for your YouTube channel. But it was really interesting. Aesthetically, I love everything about her. She's
got great energy.
Yes,
and
exactly.
She puts it in the crowd.
Exactly, and that's brilliant. That's what I want to see.
Animalia.
So I was really, 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 really intrigued to see this band because they won the deal from the Kerrang and Marshall competition that happened back in April and March. However, I was more intrigued to see Temples on Mars, who are playing the fourth stage at exactly the same time. Excuse me.
So you can't see them both, can you?
I can't see them at the same time because they're both starting at 11 o'clock.
Opposite ends of the arena as well. So
exactly. Oh my word! This is the thing that has annoyed me at Download. It's not just this year; it's almost every year. The fourth and third stage are like miles apart. That's where the best new bands are.
Yeah, I'm spending a bit more time in the Avalanche stage. We did see Sleep Token yesterday as well, didn't we?
We discussed this yesterday, actually. Obviously, one-on-one without microphones under our chins. We possibly staying at the third stage, the Avalanche stage, a lot more this year than we ever have before.
Yeah, I saw Sleep Token, and apart from the annual meeting of the world's tallest people stood in front of me, I did enjoy what I heard, saw a little bit of it, and they sounded fantastic, but of course you had earplugs in to save your hearing for later life so that you don't have to wear hearing aids.
So Dave, the unofficial, invisible, unhearable voice that was at one point Festpod, the third voice.
He's here. He's all right.
We were about 6 rows deep in the centre at the front. We got an incredible view, but because we put earplugs in, because yes, I want to save my hearing for later life.
What are you going to be doing in later life?
Wouldn't you like to know?
It involves being able to hear, obviously.
Exactly. But fuck it, we'll put our earplugs in. All we could hear was the bass drum and the bass guitar. It was a 50-50 thing. It did ruin it, but then it didn't ruin it at the same time. You could still hear what they were singing, hear what obviously was going on around you, but at the same time it was like all doof, doof, doof. And yeah, it didn't ruin the show completely, but at the same time it was a contributing factor as to why it wasn't all that great.
Whereas I did not wear the earplugs that I have brought with me, because I'd rather have my hearing damaged by a band that I like than lots of bands who I couldn't care less about, if we were brutally frank. So I'd put my earplugs in for bands that I'm possibly interested in, and take them out for bands that I really like. Because I want the full experience. If I'm going to see, let's say, Sleep Token, I want to be able to hear all of it.
I'll tell you what, if I was outside the tent, I would have totally agreed with you, because there's a bit more open air, means my hearing is not going to get damaged as much. So when I'm at the main stage and the second stage over the weekend, my earplugs may not be in, but because you're in such a bit of an enclosed space and everything's reversing. You're a man of hearing and all that sort of thing. And
hearing, I'm a man of hearing.
Man of hearing. The musical and radio concept of stuff. Reverberating. Because it's reverberating off of all the surfaces, the tent and that.
Reverberating.
Exactly. It's going to hit me a little bit harder inside the tent. Hit me a little bit harder inside the tent.
I think you've had a bit too much rum.
I don't think so. There's a can of Carlsberg I've just opened, not a can of Coke to go with the rum. I'm going to have to swig that now.
Yeah, you are. You'll have to swig it on the way to the arena, because you can't get into the guest area with it.
No, I did that yesterday. I took a couple of cans. So my journey So I came back halfway through the day to get some food, because I didn't want to pay the festival tax on food. And I thought, that's all right, plenty of time to have a couple of cans and a couple of pasties on the way in. No, I had to sit down and eat them before going back in.
It was absolutely jam-packed in the arena for Kiss yesterday.
But you know the worst thing is, so Kiss, as part of one of their spiels that they always talk between songs, they said 60,000 people. And, I mean, unless Paul Stanley has got a great eye to be able to count everybody that was in the main stage to see them, is 60,000 tickets been sold for this festival, because by memory that's one of the lowest attendances and capacities we've had at Download for a very long time.
Yeah, it was jam-packed. It looked really full.
It felt jam-packed.
And to see from the top of the hill, which is where I was for a time, to look down and see a huge number of people, it was similar by eye to when we were looking at Guns N' Roses when they were on. I mean, just in terms of the spread of people and a number of people to look down and see them all there. I mean, I know it was a long time ago, but it looked really full.
By eye, I would tend to agree with you. But I tell you what, if we actually got up on that Ferris wheel, which we said we were going to do at some point this weekend,
yeah, and
look over, no, Guns N' Roses somehow they drew 100. They drew tens and thousands of 100, even if potentially 100,000 people that day. It was insane.
All the dads,
all the fucking guys that are into dad rock, and the women that are into dad rock, and all that sort of shite rock. Excuse me.
Have you forgotten our chat with Spike already?
No, because he agreed with me a lot of the time, to be fair.
Yeah, we're hoping for it. The weather has stayed nice for us as well, so we're quite grateful for that.
Compared to Download 2019, even the pilot, this is beautiful.
Oh yeah, the pilot can fuck
2018,
right off.
So to be fair, 2018 weather wasn't too bad. So over the main weekend,
we've met some. Oh, I've met some of our fans, people who listen to the show,
and they gave you some very positive feedback, which is really nice.
Yes. Yeah, it's nice to know that we're well thought of.
Yes, it is. I bumped into a couple of guys from another podcast, another show. The Ragamuffin Podcast.
Oh, did you bump into them?
I did, yeah. His tag name is Hello Birdie, so if he ever listens to this, hello Birdie.
I love the way that you're surprised that people listen to us. Are people listening to this?
It is strange because it's because the Instagram has less than 2,000 followers. And I mean, to be then bumped into people that obviously give you a nudge and say hello, it's a bit like, I mean, you seem to take, when people talk to you, as you take it quite well. I'm the opposite end of like, okay, cool.
You're dead awkward.
I feel a bit awkward because this is a lot of fun to me, and I didn't maybe appreciate or expect other people to be able to appreciate on the same level as me, but it seems as if, thank you very much everybody, that this seems to be going very well after it was something that started in a lockdown where millions, and I mean millions of people started doing the same thing.
Yeah, so thank you for listening, and thank you for being nice to us. If you meet us over the weekend, I'm
going to be wandering around the arena all day in my Festpod t-shirt. If you listen to us, just come and tap me on the shoulder, say hello.
Lee wants a big hug, so give him a big hug.
Do you know what? A hug would be nice this weekend. I have had, apart from being shoved around in mosh pits, I have had a big lack of human connectivity. So a hug this weekend would be really nice.
I like that, human connectivity. That's an interesting
I think as humans we digress, can of worms. But I do think we do as humans do like that. I mean, even those that say that I hate people, but no, you do want from a certain aspect of people, a hug is nice sometimes.
Welcome to Lee's Philosophy Hour.
Welcome to Lee's drunken morning. Yeah, I'm going to have to put some more Coke in this rum, I think.
Okay. So we really hope that you are having a good time. Feel free to say... In fact, the people I've met who wanted to talk to me about the podcast, I've said, please send us a little message to say hi and say that you met me. I've had a few selfies as well, which is nice. And just chip in. Because from the feedback that I'm getting is that people can't be bothered to type messages to us, but they're more than happy to walk up to me and say, hi, I like the podcast.
And in essence, that's fine. I mean, it depends.
So it is a bit of a surprise to us.
It almost, but yes,
to get that feedback.
Again, this is why I was very surprised to get people come talking to us, because whether it seems as if, I mean, they either can't be bothered or whatever for whatever reason they are not messaging us directly. To have someone come up to us and say, "I've listened to your podcast. You're amazing." It's really nice, but at the same time, God, give us a message.
Share the love.
Exactly.
Share the love with Lee. He wants a hug from you. Go and hug him from behind.
Only because I've had a few rums. If I haven't been drinking, come nowhere near me. I don't give a shit.
No, but yeah, I think today is going to be one of those days where you're drunk all day.
Only because I'm drinking so much now.
Yeah.
I won't buy anything in the arena because I can't afford it anymore. But
I think you're setting yourself up for a drunken day.
As long as Dave brings his vodka in, then yes. Because he will. I've got gin in my bag.
It's funny. It looks like a water bottle.
It is the water bottle.
Thanks for listening to us on this little bit of a drunken ramble this morning. That is the end of our recap of Friday.
Saturday. It's Saturday, you Burke.
It's a recap of Friday, you Burke.
Sorry, the review of Friday, the introduction of Saturday.
Yes, you Burke. What does Burke mean? I mean, because it stands for Berkeley something.
It
Berkeley?
is Cockney slang for the Berkeley Hunt.
Berkeley Hunt, which means cunt.
Oh, you didn't have to say cunts, but you did.
I did. I can say cunt.
We can say whatever we want. It's our podcast.
Yes.
It's an 18+ sign by our podcast.
You call me a Burke a lot.
I do. Because it's the nicest way to call you a cunt.
Just call me a cunt. It's fine. I'm all right.
No. I'm a friendly, nice person.
Yeah. So go and hug Lee from behind, by surprise. He will like that.
No, I won't at all.
Anyway, whichever camp you're in, if you're listening to this at download, hope you're having a great time. If you see us, give Lee a hug from behind. Hope you have a great time.
Oh God! Honestly, if people are listening to this, I'm going to get someone's going to screech me like, "What the fuck is going on?"
See you tomorrow.